Today we are doing NBA Imperialism, but every matchup is a 1v1 in the three-point contest. Starting off, finding out which team will be attacking first, it is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. So this is our map of all the teams here. Let's zoom in on the Bucks spinning a wheel here, and they are going to be attacking the Minnesota Timberwolves to start. Representing the Bucks is Damian Lillard with an 87 three-point rating, and for the Timberwolves, it's Mike Conley with an 86 three-point rating. Since Lillard is attacking, he's up first, and he started off hot. With his money ball on the second rack, he had 12 points going into the middle rack. This consistency continued till the last rack, where he only hit 2 shots, ending with a decent score of 23. Conley also had his money rack on rack 2, but he was only able to hit 3 shots, hitting no deep threes. He went into the last rack with 17 points and ended with only 20. And with that win from Lillard, the Bucks have taken over Minnesota, being the first team to secure a victory. And let's find out who our next team to attack is going to be. It is going to land on the New Orleans Pelicans. And the Pelicans with only one team they can attack here with the Rockets, but the arrow lands south. That's just the water. So we're going to respin this thing. And I think that's pointing to the west there, which is Mississippi. And since there's no team there, the Pelicans get to take it over. Let's spin the wheel yet again to see which team will be attacking. And it is the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors with 2 teams they could possibly attack here. Is it going to land on one of them? Yes, it is. It is going to be the Kings. Of course, Steph Curry is representing the Warriors with a 99 three-point rating. And for the Kings, it's Malik Monk with an 86 three-point rating. Curry was lights out this contest, going 5 for 5 on his first rack. He was able to hit 1 deep 3, went 5 for 5 on his money rack, and ended with a record-breaking 33 points. While Malik couldn't beat Curry, he still had an amazing round, scoring 30 points. So the Warriors take over Northern California, and spinning the wheel for our next team attacking, it lands on the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got plenty of teams they could possibly attack, but it lands to the south, so they get a free spot taking over Kentucky. So we're going right back to the wheel, seeing who will attack next, and it'll be the Washington Wizards. The Wizards can either face off against the 76ers or take some land, and they're going to take some land. And they're going to take over Delaware and New Jersey, so they have a pretty decent chunk of land now. But we are right back to the wheel. It's just everybody keeps landing on vacant pieces of land. We got the Toronto Raptors next, and they got quite a few places they could attack as long as it doesn't land north, and it doesn't. They're going to be attacking the Detroit Pistons. Representing the Toronto Raptors is OG Anunoby with an 84 three-point rating, and for the Pistons, it's Bojan Bogdanovic with an 85 three-point rating. OG was hot to start with 5 points on his first rack. His second was his money rack, where he only hit 3 balls, but he shot consistently for the rest of the contest and ended with a solid score of 28. Bojan was lights out to start, but was missing his money balls. He made up for it with a made deep 3 and 4 shots made on his money rack. In the end, he narrowly beat OG with a score of 29. So the Pistons take over Canada, at least a portion of Canada. As a Raptors fan, it always sucks seeing the Raptors lose. But we are back to the wheel to see which team is attacking next. We have so many teams left still, and it is the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, we already landed on them once, but they got free land. Let's see who it lands on this time. The South, there's nobody there. So we're going to spin again, and it lands on... Is that land? I think that's pointed towards Memphis. So they're going to face off against the Grizzlies. Representing the Pelicans is CJ McCollum with an 84 rating, and for the Grizzlies, it's Desmond Bane with an 87 three-point rating. Starting with his money rack as his first rack, CJ left the first rack with 8 points. He managed to hit both his deep 3s and shot the best round of the video, tying with Steph's 33 points. With this pretty much being an impossible score to beat, Desmond Bane tried his best, getting really close, but ended with 31 points. And the Pelicans have taken over Memphis. Going back to our attack wheel, there's still 27 teams remaining, and the next team to attack is the Lakers. And the Lakers could attack 2 different teams here, and they will attack the Warriors. Representing the Lakers is D'Angelo Russell with an 84 three-point rating. As you'd expect though, Curry was lights out for the Warriors, hitting 2 deep 3 shots. He tied his record of 33 points. D'Angelo Russell, on the other hand, actually did pretty good. He couldn't hit any deep 3s, but still finished with 24 points. So the Warriors take over even more of California. Only the Clippers remain now. And we're back to the attack wheel. Attacking next will be the Washington Wizards. Now, they got free land last time, but I'm putting the wheel at the top of New Jersey, so hopefully they'll have to face off against a team here. Let's find out. And they will be facing the New York Knicks. Representing the Wizards is Kyle Kuzma with an 83-point rating, and for the Knicks, it's Jalen Brunson with an 87 3-point rating. I think Kuzma has the worst 3-point rating of this competition, but he still did very well, scoring 27 points, but it wasn't enough to beat Brunson, who scored 31. So the Knicks pick up a decent chunk of land there, and up next to attack is the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs have two different teams they could possibly attack here, but it lands on neither of them. So we're gonna spin yet again, and this time it lands on the Dallas Mavericks. Representing the Spurs is Doug McDermott with an 89 3-point rating, and for the Mavs, it's Luka Doncic with an 88 3-point rating. As always, Dougie was draining buckets, only missing 6 shots. He ended with 28 points. Luka came really close to beating him, but was one money ball shy, ending with 26 points. The Spurs got themselves a big chunk of Texas now. We're down to 23 teams now. Attacking next is the OKC Thunder, and they got two teams they could attack here. Actually, make that 3 because that's pointing right at the Denver Nuggets. Representing the Thunder is Isaiah Joe with an 85 3-point rating, and for the Nuggets, it's Jamal Murray with an 87 3-point. Isaiah Joe managed to hit one deep 3 during the contest, which helped him end with 28 points. Jamal Murray also hit a deep 3, but only managed to score 26 points. And the Thunder taking over Denver here. Back over to the attack wheel. There's still so many teams we haven't used, and we are going to land on the Phoenix Suns. Suns can attack the Clippers, Jazz, and they have a really small chance of attacking the Thunder. Let's see where they'll land here. Is that on? I don't know. That is really close. I think they get Nevada there, though. The arrow is just barely pointing on Nevada's side, so the Suns get a free space there. And we're right back over to the wheel, and we land on the Houston Rockets. There's a really good chance they face off against another team. It lands on the Spurs. And representing the Rockets is Dillon Brooks with an 84 3-point rating. Winner of this match actually takes control of Texas. Not looking too good for the Rockets to do it though, because Dillon Brooks got the worst score so far of only 21 points. Dougie, on the other hand, was buckets yet again, going perfect on his money rack, hitting a deep 3 and ending with 26 points. So the Spurs have won over all of Texas, and we are back to the wheel. Next to attack is going to be the Indiana Pacers. We haven't seen them yet, and they are surrounded in every direction, but they will be facing the Cavs. Representing the Pacers is Buddy Hield with a 90 3-point rating, and for the Cavs, it's Donovan Mitchell with an 85 3-point rating. Hield has the 3rd highest rating in the entire game, but anything can happen in these contests. He did manage to hit a deep 3, which helped save the tough round for him. He ended with 26 points. Donovan Mitchell started off hot, but ended very cold with only 23 points. We're starting to get some pretty big teams over in this area of the map. Of course, back to the wheel. Let's see who is attacking now. It is going to be the 76ers. We haven't seen them yet. They got a few teams they could potentially attack here, and they land on the Knicks. Representing the 76ers is Tyrese Maxey with an 86 3-point rating. With no battles under his belt yet, Maxey started off the contest with plenty of bricks and didn't even have time to finish, ending with only 19 points. Brunson wasn't able to beat his last score of 31, but still won, ending with 25. And the Knicks are growing to be pretty powerful here, with 2 wins under their belt now. We got less than 20 teams remaining now, and the Pelicans are going to attack yet again. They got a bunch of teams surrounding them. I'm just going to make the arrow a little bigger here. Like, hopefully face off against another team. That's pointing right at Arkansas. So the Pelicans pick up even more land. Going back to the wheel, we are going to land on the Utah Jazz, and they are surrounded by 2 teams here. Is it going to land on one of them? No. It does not. Landing on Idaho here. They get lucky and gain free land. So we're right back over to the wheel. And this time it lands on Utah yet again. Are you kidding me? We got the arrow in like the same spot. It's got to hit something now. There we go. It's going to land on the Thunder. So whoever wins this is going to get a lot of land here. Representing the Jazz is Kelly Olynyk with an 84 3-point rating. Olynyk in no way put up a good score, breaking shot after shot. He ended with only 20. And coming down to the last few shots, Isaiah Joe was only a few points behind, surpassing Olynyk on his final money ball, ending with 21 points. So the Thunder own a huge chunk of the map now. The only bad part about that is they are a giant target now. Back to the wheel. Who will attack next? It is the Milwaukee Bucks. They got 2 teams they could potentially attack here, but also a ton of free spots, and that's close enough to the Pistons. They're going to be facing the Pistons. Starting off this contest, Bogdanovich hit a perfect rack. He managed to do this at the top of of the key as well. Finishing off with his money rack, he scored 24 points. Lillard started with his money rack, hitting 4 of 5, and actually hit 4 of 5 on all racks except his final rack, ending with 26 points. And the Bucks are now in control of most of the North. They have a big chunk of land. Back to the wheel. There's still lots of teams we haven't even seen play yet. It lands on a lot of the same teams like this time. We got the Pacers yet again. Pacers almost completely surrounded now, and they land on the Bulls. Representing the Bulls, we have Alex Caruso with an 83 three-point rating. Buddy Hield just couldn't miss this contest except for 9 shots. He scored 29 points. Caruso did all right this round. Nothing special. He scored only 22 points. So only a few teams left up in the Northeast now. We haven't seen the Nets or the Celtics play yet though. Who knows? Maybe we'll land on one of those teams here. And no, we land on the Spurs yet again. Of course, the Spurs already have all of Texas. Where will they land here? Nowhere. Let's spin that thing again. And there we go. They are facing the Thunder. If they beat the Thunder, they actually gain so much land, but then so many teams will be able to attack them. Both players with 2 wins under their belt. This should be a good matchup, but Dougie was buckets as usual and ended with 26 points. Isaiah Joe was also buckets though, hitting 2 deep threes. He didn't finish the contest, but still beat Doug, scoring 27. So the Thunder now own all of Texas. They kind of just split the map down the middle. There's only a few teams to the left of them, still a bunch to the right. Let's see who's on the attack next. Not many teams left. We are going to land on the Thunder though. Are you kidding me? They're playing yet again. I mean, there's just so much empty land around them though. Let's spin this wheel. And yeah, it lands on New Mexico. So they just have even more land now. We're back to the wheel though. Can we get a new team at least? There's so many teams we haven't used yet, and here is one of them, the Atlanta Hawks. Few teams surrounding the Hawks here. Let's hope it lands on one of them. And no, that is pointing right at Alabama. But the Hawks have a decent chunk of land now. Back over the wheel, and we are landing on the Pacers yet again. We've seen the Pacers quite a bit during this video. Will they land on a team? They do. I mean, it's right below the Knicks. Pacers take control of West Virginia. We are right back to the wheel, and this time, are you kidding me? It's the Thunder again. How do we keep landing on them? I don't even know where to put the wheel for them now. I gotta put it down here, so it lands in the south though. Spin it again, and lands in the south. We don't want that. We need a team or some sort of land. There we go. Pointing right at the Suns. Representing the Suns is Kevin Durant with a 94 three-point rating. We actually haven't even been able to see him play yet. The Suns just got free land earlier. Durant is the second highest rated three-point shooter in the game. While he started off hot, he ended cold with a score of 24. Isaiah Joe in his 4th contest had the chance to beat Durant with his final money ball, but missed and ended with 23 points. So the Thunder have finally fallen, and now the Suns control most of the map. Less than 15 teams remain now, so we're over halfway through this thing, and we finally land on the Boston Celtics. Celtics all the way over in the corner here. They have done nothing so far this video. Let's see if they can at least get a matchup here, and they are going to get one against the Knicks. Representing the Celtics is Jason Tatum with an 88 three-point rating. After not playing all tournament, Tatum didn't look too great out there, ending with 24 points. Brunson didn't shoot well either, but he managed to hit a deep 3. Despite this, he still fell short to Tatum, scoring 21. So the Celtics finally able to increase their land area. Nets still haven't been touched here though. Back to the wheel. We are landing on the Milwaukee Bucks. Lillard might get to play yet again. The Bucks have so much land. There's only 2 teams next to them though. It's got to land on one of them, right? They're going to be facing the Celtics. Tatum with 2 matches in a row here. He did worse this round, scoring 23 points. Lillard was all tied up. 1 money ball left, and he hit it to score 25. Tough matchup for Tatum there, but the Bucks gaining even more land now. Kind of just a few teams controlling the whole map now. I mean, half these teams left haven't even played yet. Let's see if we land on one of them. I don't know, this wheel might be rigged though. Oh, there we go. We land on the Trailblazers. They have yet to play. All the way in the top left here, there's still a possibility they don't land on a team, and they don't. They just get to take over Washington. And we're right back on the wheel, and we land on the Milwaukee Bucks. How do we land on them so many times? It's got to be rigged or something. All right, I'm gonna put the arrow here. Let's see where it lands, and there we go. It lands on the Nets. Finally, we get to see the Nets play, and the Nets are represented by Dorian Finney-Smith with an 84 three-point rating. Tough matchup for DFS here, and he didn't do great. He did hit a deep 3, but only hit 2 of his money rack shots and ended with 22. Lillard did the same, hitting a deep 3 and only 2 balls on his money rack, but he drained his final money ball to win by 1 point, scoring 23. Bucks looking really big now. well. And since there's no other teams up here, I just gave them the whole northeast side of the map, the whole top. But Milwaukee and the Suns definitely have the most land area out of all the teams remaining. And we're back to the wheel. Don't be the Bucks. Okay. We finally landed on the Clippers. We haven't gotten them all video, but they're either going to be playing the Warriors or the Suns. Two really tough matchups. Let's see what it lands on. It is going to be the Suns. Representing the Clippers is Norman Powell with an 86 three-point rating. Powell was consistent all contests, hitting 3 or 4 balls per rack, and this netted him a score of 22. This did not hold up against the second best player in the game, though. In terms of three-point rating, Durant narrowly won with a score of 24. So the Suns don't gain too much land there, and the Warriors are still lurking on the side. We're down to our final 10 teams though, and not even all of them have even played, and we land on the Pacers. We've landed on them quite a few times. Let's spin this arrow and it points to the left. So I'm going to give the Pacers both Iowa and Missouri, and we are right back to the wheel. Give us a new team. Give us a new team. Nope. We have gotten the Pelicans already. They are surrounded in every direction here, though, so they're going to have to face off against a team no matter what, and that team is going to be the Suns. CJ starting with his money rack, shot 4 for 5, a very good start, and he kept this up all contest, hitting 1 deep 3, finished with a great score of 30. This will be tough for Durant to beat. After bricking 2 shots to start, Durant was lights out, hitting 1 deep 3. Unfortunately, he only hit 3 of his money rack shots, finishing with 25. A huge upset there for the Pelicans, and now they control most of the map. The only bad thing about that, though, is that almost any team can take them out at this point. Back to the wheel here, though, and it is landing on the Miami Heat. We have not gotten them yet, and the only possible direction for them to go is up, so they're facing off against the Magic. Representing the Heat is Duncan Robinson with an 87 three-point rating, and for the Magic, it's Gary Harris with an 86 three-point rating. Two teams we haven't seen play yet. Duncan was hot to start, going 5 for 5 on rack 1. He hit 3 of his 5 money rack balls. Overall, very consistent. He scored 24 points. Gary Harris was lights out, though, hitting a deep 3. He went into his last rack with 22 points, ending with 28. So the Magic become the kings of Florida, and we're back on the wheel. Next attacking team are the Warriors. You do not want to face off against them, and they're guaranteed to either face the Pelicans or the Trailblazers here. It is going to be... that's South. It's going to be the Pelicans. Steph is definitely not the player you want to be facing at this point. Like always, he wasn't missing many shots, and he ended with 31 points. CJ scored 33 points already in this video, so he could be the one to beat Steph. He came very close, but ended with only 26 points. Just like that, the Warriors now control most of the map. No team is really safe at all now. We still haven't seen the Hawks or Hornets play yet. Let's see if it'll at least land on them this time. And no, we are back over to the Bucks. So the Bucks kind of have 2 directions here. South, they play the Pacers, and if it goes to the west, I'm just gonna give them all that land. Let's see where it lands, though. It is going to be the Pacers. There we go. Huge game here. A lot of land in the northeast on the line. Healed one of only 3 players with over a 93 ball in the game, and he had a great round, going perfect on his last rack. He scored 28 points. Lillard started with his money rack and shot a perfect 5 for 5. He also managed to hit a deep 3, helping him win easily with a score of 31. Massive win for the Bucks there. Them and the Warriors are really the only 2 teams left that have played multiple matches. The Blazers haven't faced off against anyone yet. The Hawks haven't, the Hornets haven't, and the Magic have only played 1 game. Let's see who it'll land on here. It's got to be one of those teams. And yes, there it is. It's the Atlanta Hawks. They still do have a small possibility of just getting a free space, though. Let's see where this arrow lands. They get the free space. What are the odds of that? So the Hawks pick up South Carolina. They have yet to face off in a match. So we are right back to the wheel, and it lands on the Orlando Magic. There we go. There is only one team the Magic can face off against, though, and that's the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are finally forced to play. Representing the Hawks is Trae Young with an 83 three-point rating. Gary Harris was up first, though, and he was on a tear to start. Going into his final rack, he had 19 points, shot 5 for 5, and ended with 29. A tough score for Trae Young to beat, but on his first contest of this video, he did very good, hitting a deep 3. He entered the final rack with 21 points, and he shot 4 for 5, tying Gary Harris with 29 points. And that is our first tie of the video. So both teams are going to stay safe for now. But we are right back to the wheel. Who do we got this time? It is the Charlotte Hornets, another team that has not faced anybody yet. And again, it's entirely possible that they don't face a team, but they do. They're going to be facing the Atlanta Hawks. There's just one more free space above them, which is Virginia, and then this area will be completely surrounded. Representing the Hornets is LaMelo Ball with an 83 three-point rating. Despite LaMelo's low rating, he had a solid round until the second half of the contest where he started bricking everything. He ended up finishing with 22 points. points. Trae Young also started off hot and finished hot with a score of 25. And while the Hornets did lose their first matchup, they did survive pretty far into the game, so kudos to them. But we are down to only 5 teams now. First team on the attack is the Portland Trailblazers, and they are completely surrounded by the Warriors, so they have to face off against the Warriors. Representing the Trailblazers is Malcolm Brogdon with an 85 3-point rating. Curry was up first, and obviously he had a good round, scoring 32 points. But we have yet to see Brogdon. He might be the best shooter in this competition, but he wasn't. He did very well, but not well enough to beat Steph, scoring 26 points. So just like the Hornets, the Blazers lost their first matchup, but survived very far into this video, and the Warriors have completely dominated the West Coast now, and we're down to only 4 teams. And the next team attacking, the Atlanta Hawks. Still a few options for the Hawks here, though, and they are, that's closest to the free space, so we'll just give them Virginia. Why not? Back to the wheel, though. We spin again, and it is the Atlanta Hawks yet again. There is no escaping for them this time, though. They have to face off against the team, and that's pointing straight into the ocean. It's got to be a little closer. All right, we'll spin it again, and there it is. They have to face the Warriors. That's tough. Will Trae Young be the one to finally take down Steph Curry? Probably not, because Steph dropped another 33-point round. To be fair to Trae Young, though, he put up a great score this round of 29. And with the Hawks eliminated, we are down to only 3 teams. Warriors have so much of the map. The Bucks have quite a bit, and the Magic still only have Florida. And with only 3 options remaining, the next team to attack is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. Now the Bucks have 2 options here. The arrow goes south, they play the Warriors. It goes to the west, they get all that free space. I'm not doing it one state by state. They're just gonna get all the remaining states. Let's see where this arrow lands, and that's pointing just at the top of the land the Warriors control. I thought this was going to be the finals, but we got Curry versus Lillard. Up first, we got Steph Curry. He's just been unstoppable all contest. He has a 99 3-point rating. He was kind of the favorite to win this thing. But against Lillard, you never know. He's starting off with his money ball rack. Interesting strategy. Usually doesn't do that. He still gets 8 points on the first rack. I think what this contest is going to come down to, though, is who hits the deep threes. Steph Curry has been the best in this video so far. He usually hits at least 1 deep 3. Let's see if he hits this one, and he does. He is already at 17 points halfway through this thing. Obviously, he already used his money ball, but still doing amazing. Getting up to 20 here. Second deep 3 is no good. If he hit that second deep 3, I think it would have been over. 23, hits the money ball up to 25 on the final rack. Can't beat his high score, but he can still get over 30 points if he goes perfect here. And he has so far. Another make. The final money ball is good. Curry ending with 31 points. That is going to be so hard for Lillard to beat. But if there's one guy that can do it, it's Dame. Especially with those deep 3s. It's probably the only other player in the league that can consistently hit deep 3s. First rack, not great. He hits the money ball. He gets 4 points, so it's not bad. But he's going to leave his money ball rack to the last rack. Probably the smart thing to do. I don't know if fatigue is a thing in 2K 3-point contests. Perfect rack right there. First deep 3. He needs at least one of these, and he can't hit the first one. But he still has a second one. Dame starting to brick some shots here. Money ball is no good. Second deep 3. He needs this. He needs this, and he hits it up to 15 points. Okay, so Dame is still in this. He cannot miss anymore. He misses a shot, though. I think that's over for him. 20 points onto his money ball rack. The best score he can get is 30. It is over for Dame Lillard. Let's see what he finishes with, though. Oh my gosh, he is bricking to end this, and he only finishes with 26. I thought he was going to go ahead and do it, but he doesn't. And there we go. The Warriors control pretty much the entire map now. I gave them the rest of the states as well, and there's only one other team remaining, and that's the Orlando Magic, hiding all the way down there in Florida. They've only had 1 match so far, but now they're forced to face Steph Curry and the Warriors. Let's see if Gary Harris is the man to finally beat Steph Curry. Steph Curry is up first here, though. I think he's had the most matchups in this contest. He started off not playing too much, but as we got later and the Warriors just had so much of the map, he pretty much had to play every single round. First rack, can he hit that money ball? He can. 5 points on the first rack. That's a good score. He's got his money rack as the final rack. Second rack, he has not missed yet. Can he hit this money ball as well? Yes, he does. Perfect on the second rack. First deep 3. Gary Harris really needs him to miss those deep 3s, and then he has to hit the deep 3 because Curry is not missing anything else right now. Another money ball. That one's good. Up to 17 points. Second deep 3. and he misses both deep threes. That is huge for Gary Harris, but he's just not missing any other shot, so he's still gonna put up a crazy score. Money ball right here, another money ball, 22 points on the final rack, which is a money ball rack. Misses a shot. There we go. Hits one, hits another. Can he hit 3 in a row? Yes, he can. And the final shot is good. 30 points for Steph Curry. That's not his best round ever. Gary Harris still has a chance at winning this. It's very unlikely, but he has a chance. He's just got to be hot. He's got to be real hot. He can't miss anything. He's got to hit those deep threes. He's starting off very good. And then he bricks right when I say that. Moneyball is good, though. So 5 points on the first rack. I wouldn't be complaining if I was Gary Harris. Just stay in the rhythm. He's bricking a few shots now. But what's most important is he has to hit at least one of these money balls if he wants to win this. Or the deep threes, I mean. First deep three is good. Gary Harris might be able to make the upset here. He is shooting lights out right now. Out of everybody Steph faced, is Gary Harris the man to take him down? Misses a money ball. Second deep three is no good. Onto his money ball rack. He still has a chance to beat Steph, but he just can't miss here. He can get up to 25 points with his money ball rack. There's 21. There's 23. There's 25. If he goes perfect on the final rack, he will win. But he misses a shot. He can't miss anymore. Oh my God. Second last shot. And he bricks that. Final money ball is good. Gary Harris with 29. He loses to Steph by 1 point. He almost made the upset of the century. That would have been crazy if Gary Harris just sat down here in Florida the entire game and then just took over the entire country. But with that, the Warriors take Florida and they have conquered the entire country as well as Canada. Smash that like button though if you enjoyed the video. 5,000 likes and I'll do an NBA Imperialism but with a dunk contest. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.